Council Cleanups and Recycling, a blog post written and narrated by Robert Fairhead from the Tall and True writers' website. One fine October Sunday in 2020, I returned home from the morning dog walk to be greeted with the news that our annual council cleanup was happening on Monday. After previous cleanups, I thought we had nothing left to throw out, and I looked forward to a long, productive day of writing, until I checked the attic and shed. Instead of writing, I spent the day clearing out a depressingly large pile of junk, which I arranged neatly on our verge, like a shopkeeper displaying their wares. And I hoped our unwanted goods and chattels would be claimed and recycled before they got crushed by a garbage truck. My first experience with council cleanups was when I moved to Sydney in the early 1980s. I lived in a shared house in Bondi, and my bedroom furniture, desks, drawers, wardrobe, bed, but not the mattress, was recycled from verge-side piles. Over the years, I maintained a keen interest in council cleanups, unearthing other furniture and the occasional treasure. For instance, I found a lamp for the bedroom desk, bookcases for my books, and a 240 CD carousel tower, now full with my CDs. And the treasures weren't just for my benefit. I refurbished a football table for my nephew and a guitar for my niece. And when Uncle Robert became a dad, I browsed the piles with renewed vigour for toys for my son. I found Hot Wheels cars, Transformers and Lego. His first basketball hoop was recycled from a cleanup, as were several scooters and bikes. It seems my son inherited his father's compulsive council cleanup gene, and as he grew, so did his obsession with the annual collections. I even nicknamed him Magpie. The zenith of my son's council cleanup collecting was in 2017. His haul on that weekend included another desk lamp, antique maps and Japanese prints, a 1949 Singer sewing machine, and a drill press. The drill press was among the items I put out for this year's council cleanup, and I'm pleased to report someone recycled it, again, before the garbage truck arrived. The mature middle-aged me has become less material, and I no longer greet the annual council cleanups with the same excitement as a kid going on a treasure hunt. Instead, as that fine October Sunday proved, they've become a chore. There is one item, however, for which I still share my son's enthusiasm for cleanups: books. And this year, I recycled a selection from a cardboard box on the verge. Some of the books I've read, and others I haven't. But I thought it was worth rescuing them from the weather and the garbage truck. One of the books in the box was Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, which I hadn't read. I later discovered someone had scribbled notes inside the book and stuck post-it notes on various pages, including this observation: literature is a disabling and subversive force. In my opinion, the same is true of council cleanups. Once a year, they destabilise the new is good creed of consumerism and subvert the ethos of conspicuous consumption. Council cleanups allow us to rummage and recycle, be it furniture, a football table and guitar, toys and bikes, or a drill press. And of course, a pile of books. Hi, I'm Robert Fairhead from Tall and True Short Reads and the Tall and True writers' website. I wrote Council Cleanups and Recycling after a fine Sunday in October 2020. And if you visit the blog post on the Tall and True website, you'll see photos of my neatly arranged pile on the verge, my son's 2017 haul, including the drill press, and the books I rescued in 2020. Although the mature middle-aged me is less of a magpie than my son nowadays, I still feel the thrill of discovery when I come across a box of books, and have added to my bedside to-be-read pile several times since I wrote this post in 2020. And returning from my walk with my dog this morning, I noticed neighbours putting out their junk on the verge. So the annual council cleanup must have come around again, and I wonder if I can find some more books. I hope you enjoyed my short tale of rummaging and recycling. You can read the council cleanups and recycling post and all my writing at tallandtrue.com. You can also buy my short story collections, including my latest collection, 12 More Furious Months, from the Amazon Kindle and Kobo online bookstores. Links are available in the show notes. The next episode of Tall and True Short Reads will be in your podcast feed shortly. In the meantime, check your feed or the podcast website tallandtrueshortreads.com for earlier episodes from seasons 1, 2 and 3. And follow or subscribe to the podcast and rate and review it via your favourite app. Doing so helps other listeners find my writing. You can support this podcast financially by making a small one-off or regular donation via the Acast supporter page. You'll find a link in the show notes. And finally, please tell your family and friends about Tall and True Short Reads and the Tall and True Writers website.